On this episode, learn what's happening at Microsoft and the joy they are spreading. What's up, NEGU Nation? Welcome to NEGU TV. And I have a super special guest with me today, Scott Van Vliet with Microsoft. We're actually filming this from Microsoft's headquarters up here in Bellevue?
We're in Redmond, Washington.
Redmond, Washington. Sorry, I'm from California, so I'm just coming this way to check out and see my buddy. And we're at Microsoft. Why are we at Microsoft? Because this compassionate company decided to host a mobile JoyFactory and fill JoyJars for kids fighting cancer. And I thought, how great would it be to learn why? You know, because you might know a company that's thinking, gosh, what does it mean from the employer side versus the foundation side? Because we tell you how great it is and your employees have fun and it helps kids fighting cancer. So, Scott, why bring JoyJars and the mobile JoyFactory to Microsoft?
Well, first, thanks for coming up here, Eric.
Absolutely, man.
That was to have you up here.
Yeah.
There's a very real experiential value that people have when they create a JoyJar. And for those of you who are watching TV who've been to the JoyFactory in California and have gone through this experience, you'll know that the experience you have of using your heart to stuff this beautiful JoyJar that's going to go to a kid fighting cancer in the hospital is an incredibly moving and rewarding experience. And at Microsoft, the month of October is a giving month. We call it the Give Month, where we actually have a campaign
for a whole month.
For a whole month.
Wow. Company-wide?
Company-wide across the entire company, where each employee has the opportunity to participate in multiple different events where they can contribute their own time and energy and their own dollars that are matched by Microsoft to donate to their charity of choice. And so for this month, we chose the Jessie Rees Foundation to come up and host this mobile JoyJar. And JoyFactory, excuse me. And the key benefit is the experience that our employees have connecting with a kid they may have never seen,
right,
or connecting with a family they may have never known, is so enriching and empowering for the employee to know that in many cases we develop software and build products that are based on AI and based on data and all these really exciting high technology things, but in some cases it becomes a little bit far from where we're actually spending our time, because in many cases the things we work on, we don't know when they receive or get to customers, or we may not understand the customer impact depending on what area of the company you're working in. And to have this visceral experience of holding one of these jars and stuffing it and knowing that this is going to be in the hands of a kid fighting cancer and bringing that smile to their face is such a great and rewarding experience for people in our company. And it's so exciting. We just did a session earlier before we joined this TV program, and just seeing the look on the faces of everyone who was participating,
it was incredible.
It just warms my heart. And there's all manner of other values too that come from that.
Like what?
The ability to get together and actually as a team.
Yeah.
You always talk about these rings of family and extended family and then the community. Coming together as a community is such an important part of team building, that bringing people together on this kind of shared mission in this hour or 2 hours they're spending in the mobile JoyFactory really brings people together.
Yeah.
And what's more is we learn a lot about each other in that experience.
Yeah.
And in fact, I was talking to two folks on the team who said one of the people, their mother had actually had cancer, and talked about how that impacted her. And the other colleague that was with her didn't have an understanding of that, of course, they didn't previously share it. But then the ability for folks to come together and have this open conversation and be vulnerable and be connected, it really helps develop better teamwork. It helps develop a better sense of culture and community within the company.
Yeah.
And so this kind of virtuous cycle of helping the community outside of Microsoft,
right,
in terms of delivery to kids who need it, kids and families who need it the most, and then also contributing to the Microsoft culture of caring and giving and building empathy around others. It's this virtuous cycle that I'm pretty excited about.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, one of your associates was actually talking about how Jessie's motto, NEGU, never ever give up, was something that she was going to take into her own life. That's right. Because never ever give up is something that anybody can live by and try to use that message of strength and perseverance, because we all have hurdles in life.
That's right.
So we are grateful to be in Redmond,
That's right.
Washington, with Microsoft. So excited. And stuffing joy jars. And so we wanted just to bring you a little snippet for this episode of NEGU TV, because it's important for you guys to be able to hear from compassionate companies the impact that it is actually making. So again, if you own or lead a compassionate company, consider hosting the Mobile Joy Factory. If your spouse works for a compassionate company, consider hosting the Mobile Joy Factory. If you know somebody on LinkedIn or one of our social media platforms, share the video, because you never know. We need to be stuffing 50 to 60,000 joy jars a year to be able to reach more children fighting cancer. And it's with the help of people like Microsoft that we get to get closer and closer to those goals. And so as 2020 is approaching, we need your help, and we would greatly appreciate if you would consider hosting the Mobile Joy Factory and getting your employees involved in stuffing joy so we can cure some bad days and love on these kiddos. So thank you again. Thank you, Scott.
Of course, Bob.
And NEGU Nation, we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.